Okay, we were looking in the last class, we were looking at the boundary layer theory, and we told that this is a bridge between viscous flows with inviscid flows, in a sense that we are going to connect the inviscid flows outside the boundary layer to that of the viscous region that a typical boundary layer possesses. We are going to connect, and we are going to put the boundary layer equations in places. For that, we have done order of magnitude analysis, and we have come up some um, expressions, and we'll put these things in our hand so that we can use it now. And we have some more assumptions based on the the thing that bound layer uh, variation of boundary layer, the variation of the variables uh, along the length would be much smaller as compared to the variation along y, because I can see the abrupt change that happens from inside boundary layer to that of outside region. We have done the non-dimensionality based on our characteristic length scale and velocity scale. Length scale would be L and delta in x and y direction, and u infinity as the velocity scale. Okay, so we took y momentum equation, two-dimensional steady y momentum equation, and we have non-dimensionalized uh, this equation with L, delta, and u infinity respectively, the length and velocity scales. And we also assume that the Reynolds number is not in Stokes regime, or not creeping type of flow, or not very highly viscous. It's much more than 1. That is also we know. And one more thing we know that L is much greater than delta. That is also assumption we will take up in this while deriving the boundary layer equation, and that is valid as well. Delta will be very small as compared to the length scale, x length scale of the flow. So the x advection x term can be written in this form. Advection y term I can write quickly uh, in similar manner. This, here it is given. We have to multiply this by this thing. So v square u times u, that is u infinity square, delta square by delta. So delta will be left divided by L, and dou v star by dou y star. Okay, so this is the coefficient I can get. Similarly, I can non-dimensionalize my p as, so I told that p can be non-dimensionalized as p minus p infinity by rho u infinity square. So this p minus p infinity is nothing but dp. So this can be, dp can be written as p times rho u infinity. So p times p star times rho u infinity, and y can be written as, I mean, y can be non-dimensionalized as delta times dy star. So okay, fine. So this rho goes out, and u infinity square by delta we are left with, and this I can write p star by dp y star, and my minus sign will be there. Plus this can be written as mu times yes, u delta by L cube dot 2v star by dou x star square, plus minus u delta, and this cancels out to divided by u by L times delta dot 2v star by dou y star square. Okay, now what I do, I will divide everything by, so I can do यहाँ पे, I can square, do the square thing over here, and I can omit this. Okay, so this is a common thing I can see. I can divide everything by this. So dividing, just be patient for a while. So divide by u infinity square delta by L square throughout the equation. So while dividing that, so this goes away, and we'll see. So here we have u infinity, sorry, u star dou v star by dou x star plus v star dou v star by dou y star is equal to this. You will get here if I divide it by this much amount. If I divide it by, so I'll have L square by delta. L square by delta square. Okay, fine. Okay, now this is dou p star by dou y star, and this I'll get here mu by u infinity. So these are u infinities, all u infinity. So u infinity L times dou 2v star by dou x star. Now we are in shape, mu by u infinity L, and this is nothing but L by delta whole square dou 2v star by dou y star. Okay. Now you can see this term sitting over here is nothing but your 1 upon Re. So I can write straight away, write this as 1 upon Re. And this term also is 1 upon Re, but there is an additional term that is multiplied over here. So I can write this as, I'll omit this, and I will write 1 upon Re and L by delta whole square. Okay, fine. Now the thing is here, when I tell that my Re is much greater than 1, so this goes away, this term goes away, because my Re is much greater than 1. You will tell similar fashion that this also goes away, but no, I can't say that, because L by delta is also multiplied here, and we can see that L by delta square times 1 upon Re is nothing but, so this, so here we can tell that 1 upon underscore Re L by delta is much equal to 1, and if I square it, nothing matters. So L square by delta square 1 upon Re is close to 1. So its order of magnitude is basically 1, that is for sure. So it is order of magnitude 1. And here L square by delta square, so since L is much larger than delta, so this guy will be there sitting all the time, and which will be much higher than 1. Okay, and this, all these things will have an order of magnitude very lesser than this, because L is much greater than delta. So the only prominent thing that keeps you alive in this equation is this much term, and everything it can be ignored, since this is a very high term. Let's suppose this is in the order of thousands, and this is in the order of ones. This is very less, this is also in order of ones, or maybe much less than. So the only thing is left with is dou, okay, I'm sorry, so p dou to p, this is not dou to p, I'm really sorry, this is simply dp by dy now. So dou p star by dou y star is equal to 0, and this is the x momentum equation, is boils down to this particular equation. It means, what does it mean? This gives me a great insight towards the physics of the problem. That is, it is telling that dou p by dou y is equal to 0 in boundary layer. What does it mean? The pressure is not changing with y. So if you traverse in y direction, there is no pressure change. So you take a location x1, and you know that the pressure is P1 by some pressure taps or somewhere. Not only pressure taps, in the outside region also, in the very very coordinate system at y itself, let's suppose I know somehow in the free stream velocity that this pressure is P1 here outside the boundary layer, very far away from the boundary layer as well. The moment I know that this is P1, I am sure that all these points will have similar pressure P1s. Why? Because I know that P is not changing with Y in boundary layer theory. And this is a very advantageous for the researchers and the scientists who used to perform experiments, experimentalist, to get the idea of flow field in the longitudinal direction, or not longitudinal, sorry, transverse direction. This is your longitudinal direction, this is your transverse. So in wall normal direction, to be more precise, there are no pressure changes that happens, although you may get some pressure changes in x. Yes, it is there. Yes, it is finite value. Okay, so yes, the pressure may change from P1 to from x1 to x2, P1 to P2, or maybe applied pressure gradient is there, or because of the curvature the pressure gradient is there. But it is sure that once we derive this equation based on the boundary layer theories, we can tell that any location here your pressure will be same, all these pressures will be same. Now let's keep this equation in our hand, and let's go for the x momentum equation. So far we have done for y momentum equation, and this is the result of y momentum equation. Let's take x momentum equation and do the similar non-dimensional analysis. Very similar non-dimensional analysis.
सर
हाँ, tell me.
सर ये नॉन डायमेंशनल की जरूरत क्यों पड़ रही है इसमें? हम बिना उसके भी तो कर ही सकते हैं सर.
हाँ, the reason being I cannot tell when I do not non-dimensionalize it, I cannot say the what could be the order of magnitude it would be sitting over here unless until I do the order of analysis. Okay, that is why it is advantageous to do the order of analysis. If you have the cleverness to tell that okay, this guy sitting over is order of 1, then it's fine, but it will give an insight how much greater it would be. So this comes out to be close to 1 and this comes out to be very high. So we can, in that sense, we have to non-dimensionalize this in order to take the advantage to get the feel of order of magnitude. That is why. Good question.
सर सर पीछे की स्लाइड में जाइए जरा. यस सर, ये जो हमने इक्वल टू 1 लिया है सर, वो कुछ कैलकुलेशन करके लिया है या फिर एज्यूम किया हुआ है?
ये वाला 1,
ये जो हमने कैंसिल किया ना, दो इक्वल टू 1.
हाँ, ये वाला जो 1 है एडवेक्टिव वाला 1, not sure, but yes, this dp by dy is much higher than this leftover terms. That is for sure, but this order is of magnitude 1, that's for sure, and it came from this equation, from here. So we have done some analysis. So we have taken advection term and we have done viscous terms, and we told that it will have similar magnitude, and then we tell that this is 1, almost 1. It is 1 means it is having equal magnitudes almost.
Okay sir.
From there it came. Okay, similarly in x momentum equation as well, we do the similar analysis. We put the non-dimensional terms here and we divided by, this time we divided by u infinity square by L. Okay, because this was, so let's suppose I am taking these two terms only, I mean this term only, so it will have u star u infinity times u infinity divided by L dou u star by dou x star. So I can see that u star u infinity square by L. So this thing sitting over here is giving us problem, so let's omit that. So let's divide with this term throughout. Okay, so we can so once we do that, once we do that dividing, so let me write the expression what we get. So this is straightforward. First equation is just u star dou u star by dou x star, it will come. Okay, second term, again you can see u infinity here, u infinity here. So let me write that also. V star u infinity star delta divided by L delta. So delta delta goes. So only terms left with is u infinity square by L. So again, this can be omitted by dividing this. So we are left with V star dou V, not V, sorry, u star divided by dou y star. Okay, very simple, similar. This the pressure term over here will come out to be simple dou p by dou x star, nothing, dou p star by dou x star. Okay, so you can see u star by L will be here, rho will be cancelled, nothing much left. So only u infinity star by L was there, and you have divided this. So only left equation is this, I mean term left is this. Here you will be left with this will be 1 upon Re again, and dou star u star by dou x star square, and here you are left with 1 upon Re, and here L by delta square, similar last equation, dou 2 u star by dou y star. Okay, now we are in shape. So again we can strike this guy over here, stating that my Re was much greater than 1, so it may goes away, I mean it will be relatively very less as compared to the other terms we have. And again this term will be what? Will be order of magnitude of 1. So let this guy be sitting here, let this guy be sitting here, and let all these guys will be sitting here. So only term we will be leaving in the x momentum equation is the x term of the viscous x term. And now when I come back in the real domain, when I switch to again in the real domain, we come up with this particular equation in x momentum boundary layer equation. Okay, we have this equation, we have this equation, and we have continuity. Continuity obviously that should be there all the time. So keeping these three equations will give me, okay, one more thing before doing that, we can do one more modification over here. So this guy sitting over here, the pressure term in x, okay, and we tell that in outside boundary layer. So listen, so let's suppose this is my 1, this is my 2, okay, and this has some pressure 1, this has some pressure 2. So this pressure at the y I mean at any y above that place is also be P1, and here also it will be P2 anywhere above it. Okay, that's for sure, that we have derived. Okay, now this outside region is the change of pressure that we need to devise, means dP by dx we need to devise from somewhere. So I know that we can actually apply Bernoulli's equation here. Why? The things are inviscid. Okay, and we can choose one streamline. We'll do the analysis on one particular streamline. We'll take one streamline and we'll do the analysis, and also it is irrotational. Okay, after assuming that, we can tell that P by rho plus 1 upon half rho u square plus gz. So gz I may be cancelling it, supposing that it's on same level, potential level, and it is constant. Now differentiating with respect to x, we get dP by dx 1 upon rho is equal to nothing but u du by dx. Okay, now this guy I can substitute it there, and I can write a better equation, maybe some modified equation with this. And now this, along with the continuity equation, we can write that this is my whole boundary layer equation. And now the idea of getting this, I mean the consequence of getting this, now we can we are a step closer to find the solution out of it. Okay, and this solution based on some boundary condition I'll tell is a well-known construct to get the boundary layer solution, and that is called Blasius solution. In the framework of similarity solution. Similarity solution. Why we will be getting similarity solution? Because here on flat plate, let's suppose I have a semi-infinite flat plate, so there are no natural length or time scale involved. So we can actually get some similar solution, and we'll see how. Okay, and that solution was given by Blasius, the scientist, and it is named on that. And yes, we'll see it in a while. Before moving into the solution of Blasius solution, we have to know few of the keywords that we will be often encountering, such as boundary layer thickness. Second one is displacement thickness defined by theta. Third one is momentum thickness. I'm really sorry, this is not theta, this is delta star. Displacement thickness delta star and momentum thickness theta. We'll see what these keywords are, and then we will move into the solution of the boundary layer, and that will conclude this chapter.
सर
हाँ
सर वो पीछे वाला करिए ना सर, एक्स मोमेंटम इक्वेशन। सर इसमें ये जो हमने एज्यूम किया है ना, यू स्टार डेल यू स्टार बाय डेल एक्स
हाँ
प्लस स्टार डेल यू स्टार बाय डेल वाई स्टार,
हाँ
तो जब हम ये वाई मोमेंटम में कर रहे थे
हाँ
तो
हाँ
हमने एज्यूम किया था कि ये दोनों की वैल्यू बहुत छोटी है, मतलब 1 से,
हाँ हाँ
तो इसके लिए उसको हमने नेग्लिजिबल कंसीडर कर लिया।
हाँ
तो यहाँ पे हम कंसीडर कर रहे हैं सर।
यहाँ कंसीडर इसलिए कर रहे हैं क्योंकि मुझे पता नहीं डीपी बाई डी स्टार का भी कुछ कंसिडरेबल अमाउंट का मैग्नीट्यूड होगा। यहाँ पे मैंने क्या बोला, सी यहाँ एवरीथिंग डिपेंड्स अपॉन डीपी बाई डी वाई स्टार। वाई यहाँ पे एल स्क्वायर बाई डेल्टा स्क्वायर बैठा हुआ है। अब एल स्क्वायर बाई डेल्टा स्क्वायर जैसे ही हम बोले तो ये वाला चीज बहुत रोल प्ले करने लगा। सो एल मच ग्रेटर देन डेल्टा, मतलब ये थाउजेंड्स में होगा और डेल्टा 1 में होगा, तो ऑब्वियसली ये थाउजेंड्स का ऑर्डर हो जाएगा। जैसे ही थाउजेंड्स का ऑर्डर हो जाएगा बाकी सब चीज मायने ही नहीं रखेगा, 1 इवन ये कुछ भी हो ये उतना ऑर्डर पहुंच ही नहीं पाएगा। ठीक है, मे बी 5 हो 50 भी हो, बट डजेंट मैटर। ठीक है, मेन की रोल प्ले यहाँ कर रहा है डीपी बाई डी वाई वाला टर्म। सो इसलिए ही ये वाला टर्म यहाँ रहा, बाकी सारी चीजें चली गई और फिर ये टर्म 0 हो जाता है। हाँ
जब हम सर वाई मोमेंटम की बात करते,
हाँ वाई मोमेंटम की बात कर रहे हैं,
सरफेस है या फिर प्लेट है,
हाँ
बाउंड्री लेयर जो बन रही है वो वाई डायरेक्शन, और अगर हम एक्स की बात करते हैं सर तो उसमें किस तरह का कंडीशन होगा?
एक्स में देखिए बाउंड्री लेयर जो ग्रो करता है एक्स में ग्रो करता है एक्चुअली में। जैसे मेरा प्लेट है, अभी यहाँ पे है बाउंड्री लेयर, जैसे अभी हिट किया, ठीक है, यहाँ पे अचानक से नो स्लिप आया तो मेरा ऐसा दिखेगा। ठीक है, ऐसा दिखेगा। आगे और जाएंगे तो मोमेंटम डिफ्यूज करेगा और धीरे धीरे थोड़ा सा ऊपर चला जाएगा। ये ज़्यादा फ्लैट यहाँ पे रहेगा, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा कर्व आ जाएगा, तो धीरे धीरे और ये उठता भी जाएगा।
मतलब सर जो हम वाई में कंसीडर करते हैं वो जो हम डेल्टा कंसीडर कर रहे हैं, जो सीधी लाइन है वो स्ट्रेट लाइन, उसके लिए वाई मोमेंटम कंसीडर कर रहे हैं, और एक्स में जो ये इसका कर्व का जो शेप चेंज हो रहा है वही है ना?
नहीं ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते हैं। सो एक्स मोमेंटम मतलब है, हाँ एक्स मोमेंटम का इक्वेशन है, आप देखो सी यू वी, मतलब यू वेलोसिटी का, नहीं ऐसे हम नहीं बोल सकते हैं। सी यहाँ पे एक्स मोमेंटम का मतलब है एक्स डायरेक्शन में फोर्सेस को हम बैलेंस कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, वो वाला वो वाला इक्वेशन है एक्चुअली, वो वहां से आता है। सी वाई मोमेंटम मतलब क्या, हम मोमेंटम बैलेंस करके देख रहे थे, तो फोर्स इक्वेशन है वाई डायरेक्शन में, मतलब अप एंड डाउन वाले डायरेक्शन में, वाई डायरेक्शन में फोर्स इक्वेशन को बैलेंस करके हम देख रहे थे। एक्स मोमेंटम मतलब हम एक्स डायरेक्शन में फोर्स को बैलेंस करके देख रहे थे, तब ये इक्वेशन आया था। तो उसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट यू का, यहाँ पे यू बैठा रहता है सभी जगह। ठीक है, और वाई मोमेंटम में ये सब जगह यहाँ वी बैठा रहता है। ठीक है, तो इसको डायरेक्टली हम ऐसे नहीं देख सकते, जैसे तुम बोल रहे हो वैसे हम डायरेक्टली कनेक्ट नहीं कर सकते। आई एम सॉरी, मतलब व्हाट आई थिंक कि जैसा तुम बोल रहे हो वैसे हम नहीं बात सकते। मैक्सिमम हम यहाँ क्या, जो भी हम यहाँ पे आर्ग्यूमेंट किए हैं वो ध्यान रखना है कि L बाई डेल्टा स्टार मच ग्रेटर देन है, तो बाकी सारी चीजें लेट इट गो, आई डोंट वांट। और ये हम ऑलरेडी दिखा दिए कि 1 के बराबर है, और ये 1 से बहुत छोटा है, और ये अगर 50 भी हो 25 भी हो, लेट इट बी, आई मीन आई डोंट केयर अनलेस इट इज वेरी लार्ज। सो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज ऑफन डिस्कार्डेड। हम ये भी नहीं बोल रहे हैं इसका भी 1 है, इसका हमको डिस्कार्ड कर रहे हैं क्योंकि ये बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा है, सिंपल, इसलिए डिस्कार्ड कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पे हम वो बात नहीं बोल सकते हैं, क्यों? क्योंकि हम, ठीक है, ये वाला तो 1 हम बोल दिए, ये वाला हम हटा दिए, पर ठीक है ये 1 है, 1 पड़ा रहने दो, बट ये हम यहाँ पे कोई ऐसा इक्वेशन नहीं देख रहे हैं जो बहुत ही लार्ज हो जा रहा है। ठीक है, लार्ज नहीं हो रहा है, ये लार्ज हो रहा है कि नहीं पता नहीं मुझे। ठीक है, तो सबको रहने देते हैं, क्या दिक्कत है, सबको पड़े रहने दो। ठीक है, तो ओनली टर्म यहाँ पे 1 है, तो इसको हम हटा सकते हैं मैक्सिमम। ठीक है, ऑब्वियसली अगर फुल सी यहाँ पे अप्रोक्सीमेशन, सी बाउंड्री लेयर इक्वेशन में अप्रोक्सीमेशन वाली बातें आ रही हैं ऑलरेडी। ठीक है, अप्रोक्सीमेशन, और जो कि वैलिड अप्रोक्सीमेशन, आप चाहें तो बिना इक्वेशन को इग्नोर किए आप सॉल्व करके दिखा सकते हैं, दिखा दीजिए। ठीक है, यू कैन नॉट सॉल्व इट एनालिटिकली, सो द होल आइडिया इज टू सॉल्व थिंग्स एनालिटिकली। ऑब्वियसली फिर जब कंप्यूटर आ गया, ये सारे जो इक्वेशंस जब बने थे उस समय कंप्यूटर्स नहीं थे, तो लोगों को क्या करना था कि हमें हाथ से सॉल्व करना है, तो कितना इक्वेशंस को हम हटा सकें हटा देते हैं। ठीक है, हाँ, ऐसा नहीं कि एकदम जो मन में आया हटा दिए, हम वैलिड एजम्पशन लेके हटा रहे हैं। ठीक है, और फिर हम तब हाथ से सॉल्व किए इन लोगों ने। ब्लेशियस जब ये सॉल्यूशन दिया था वो 1800 में प्रोबेबली दिया होगा, या 1900 स्टार्टिंग में दिया होगा, 1905 और समथिंग में। सी उस समय कंप्यूटर क्या हाथ से भी लोग ये सब नहीं कर सकते होंगे, तब उन लोगों ने ये सॉल्यूशन दे दिया था। ठीक है, तो ठीक है, तो ऐसे ही है। तो अब चूंकि कंप्यूटर्स आ गए हैं तो फाइन, अब कंप्यूटर आ गए हैं तो हम लोग चाहें तो पूरा इक्वेशन ले लो भाई, yeah, I'm happy, I can do that because I have computers, I have numerical schemes, I can do anything। ठीक है, हमको assumption लगाने की भी जरूरत नहीं, अभी कंप्यूटर्स आने के बाद हमें assumption लगाने की भी जरूरत नहीं। बट हम लोग ये स्टडी, हम लोग ये पढ़ाई क्यों करते हैं? क्योंकि हम लोग फिजिक्स को एक्चुअली रिलेट कर सके। फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स इसलिए पढ़ते हैं, फिजिक्स एक्चुअली में फिजिक्स को रिलेट करते हैं, और देखा उन्होंने एक्सपेरिमेंट करके कि प्रेशर एक्चुअली में चेंज नहीं होता है। उन्होंने एक्सपेरिमेंट करके देखा, प्रेशर टैप को यहाँ से, ये स्टैटिक ट्यूब क्या बोलते हैं उसको, बैरोमीटर्स और क्या बोलते हैं यूट्यूब मैनोमीटर वगैरह लगा के देखा उन्होंने, तो देखा उन्होंने प्रेशर जो है मेरा चेंज नहीं हो रहा है, इवन इफ हम बाउंड्री लेयर में आ रहे हैं या दूर जा रहे हैं फिर भी अगर कर रहे हैं, तो उन्होंने वेरीफाई भी करके देखा, तभी एजम्पशन दिया। ठीक है, फाइन, यस नो?
यस सर।
हाँ, सॉरी, ओके 32, वी कैन फिनिश दिस। सी पहला कॉन्सेप्ट है बाउंड्री लेयर थिकनेस का। बाउंड्री लेयर थिकनेस पहले भी हम बताए हैं, इट्स अ मेजर ऑफ बाउंड्री लेयर थिकनेस इज द डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम वॉल वेयर द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेलोसिटी रीचेस 99% ऑफ द लोकल फ्री स्ट्रीम वेलोसिटी, दैट इज u इज इक्वल टू 0.99% ऑफ u इन्फिनिटी। यहाँ से हम स्टार्ट किए थे u इन्फिनिटी से, और जितना हाइट, लेट्स सपोज ये वाला ओके लोकेशन है, तो यहाँ पे देख रहे हैं ये वाला हाइट पहुंचते ही ये वाला जो पोजीशन पे मेरा u जो है ऑलमोस्ट u इन्फिनिटी हो जाता है, या फिर u इन्फिनिटी टाइम्स 0.99 हो जाता है। फिर हम आगे बढ़ते हैं इस लोकेशन पे, पहला लोकेशन था, दूसरे लोकेशन पे, देन वी सी दैट माय u इन्फिनिटी रीचेस at this particular location at this delta, so this is your delta, at this particular height, and gives me u infinity times 0.99. ठीक है, and when we traverse forward we will see that this delta keeps on changing with x, so यहाँ पे my delta would be this much. Okay, basically this u infinity reaches 0.99 u infinity at this particular location. Okay, and it keeps on increasing infinitely, so this delta x is known as boundary layer thickness, and this was a function of x that you have to keep in mind. Next variable we defined is, it's a hypothetical thing, displacement thickness. It is given as delta star. So what is this exactly? So this is defined as the distance by which the wall would have to be displaced outward in a hypothetical frictionless flow so as to maintain the same mass flux as the actual flow. So the idea is This is my real flow. Okay, and this real flow has some mass flux. Okay, and this is my real flow, and this u, every time u will be a function of y, which is changing from 0 to h or delta, or till infinity it is changing. And this is my hypothetical situation, and we calculate the mass flux here also. Okay, and we equate these two mass flux and calculate this delta star. So means whatever mass flow of this particular flow, hypothetically, if there was a frictionless flow means there are no slip over the boundary. Okay, it is frictionless, so it is uniform all the way u infinity only. Okay, all the way u infinity. But in order to equate this, let's suppose I have shifted my flow delta star up, and then I will calculate the mass flow by this guy. I'll calculate the mass flow by this guy, and then calculate and find the delta star. Let me show you how I have calculated this particular guy. So mass flow rate in this particular guy, real flow, in which I can write, so this, since this is u as a function of y, so uy times dy from 0 to h. I can write that, where h tends to infinity. Suppose it can be anything. So this is my mass flow left in real, and this I will equate it with the mass flow hypothetical situation. What is my mass flow rate? So u infinity times this delta star times this particular height. So this height is what? So this total height is h. So h minus this height is h minus delta star. Okay, so the real flow is happening from h to delta. I mean, in this particular region as well. Here there is no flow, so obviously the mass flow will be calculated based on this. So u infinity times h minus delta star, isn't it? And this is hypothetical, imaginary. Okay, I'll tell you the why we do this as well. So in old times, people used to make your pipe flows, okay, or maybe make their wind tunnels. Okay, so in wind tunnel, they know that things are no slip over here. Okay, so if we do, or if we overestimate things as my frictionless flows, you have to accommodate some height. So in order to design your wind tunnels or the pipe flows, you have to shift your pipes slightly more in order to accommodate the displacement thickness, and that would be a good idea to do that in reality. Okay, so okay, now let's come back here again. So u y dy, okay, 0 to infinity. Okay, h, let's suppose that is infinity. This is u infinity h minus u infinity delta star. Now u infinity delta star can be written as u infinity h minus u y dy, 0 to infinity. Okay, now let's divide it by u infinity everywhere. So this goes away, this goes away, this goes away, and divided by u infinity I can write. And this h can be written as, can I write this h as 1 times dy 0 to infinity, or 0 to h rather, and h tends to infinity, u by u infinity dy, and this can be written as 1 minus u by u infinity dy 0 to infinity, and this is your delta star. This is an hypothetical thing, and this is called displacement thickness. This is written over here. Okay. The concept of displacement thickness is used in the design of ducts, inlet, intakes of air breathing engines, wind tunnels, by first assuming the frictionless flow, then enlarging the passage walls by the displacement thickness. See, why? first, if you do the calculations with frictionless flows, your things will be easy, your life will be easy. You do the calculations quickly, frictionless flows, and then you know that delta star, if I increase delta star, I am happy because I am accommodating things which will give me the situation like viscous flows, right? हाँ, so आप पहले इनविसिड फ्लो में कैलकुलेशन कर लीजिए और उसमें जोड़ दीजिए हाइट डेल्टा स्टार और आपका काम हो आसान हो गया, ठीक है। आपको कैलकुलेशन आपकी इजी हो गई। तो पुराने जमाने में कंप्यूटर्स नहीं थे तो यही सब लोग करते थे, ठीक है, और करना अच्छा भी था, एडवांटेजेस भी था। बट अब हम लोग नहीं करेंगे, बट ठीक है, बट वी नीड टू नो क्या क्या लोग क्या क्या चीज से गुजरे थे। फाइन, थर्ड थिंग उन्होंने दिया, they gave us is momentum thickness. So this again, so we are not happy, those guys were not happy just by displacing delta star. They are also aware that there are certain loss of momentum as well, because of slip towards the boundary. Okay, ये momentum loss को भी एसोसिएट कर रहा था, अचानक से यहाँ पे मोमेंटम लॉस हो रहा था तुम्हारा, ठीक है, उसको भी ध्यान में मुझे रखना था, तो और फिजिक्स कैप्चर होता, ठीक है। उसके लिए उन्होंने मोमेंटम थिकनेस दिया, बोला थर्ड मेजर इज द बाउंड्री लेयर थिकनेस, हाँ, ऑफ द बाउंड्री लेयर थिकनेस इज द मोमेंटम थिकनेस थीटा डिफाइंड एज रो यू इन्फिनिटी थीटा। सो इसको एक्चुअली में थीटा नहीं टाइम्स रो यू इन्फिनिटी स्क्वायर से भी बोलते थे, समटाइम्स थीटा भी बोलते हैं, एज मोमेंटम लॉस। ओके, आई एम सॉरी. So theta is the momentum thickness, but total loss, momentum loss, would be rho u infinity multiplied by theta due to the presence of the boundary layer. Now let us see how they have calculated the momentum loss. So what they do is they took two cross sections. So first cross section is A cross section. This is my A. The second cross section is B cross section. This. Now they need to do the difference between mass flux, momentum flux across these two, and they will negate it. Okay, so momentum flux from A cross section turns out to be, so this is my u infinity. So I don't want to do the integration. Why? I can directly calculate since this is a very nice profile. So u infinity square times this h height. I'm happy with this. Okay, now momentum flux at B we need to calculate. So this at this, so this composed of this h height plus delta star height, some delta star height that was being accommodated. Okay, so this I can write integration of rho u square, which is a function of y, obviously small u, dy, we go to 0 to h plus delta star. Okay, h, so this is my h plus some delta star height. This I can write rho u square dy 0 to h plus, what is this height? Delta star height is basically outside the boundary layer region. Okay, and this is actually u infinity, nice and easy. U infinity flow is there because it's outside the region. So directly I can write u infinity and delta star, and sorry, this is square, u square delta square times rho, because this is nice and easy, right, above height, and this is under boundary layer, so I have to integrate it because u will be a function of y. Here u will not be a function of y, the constant. Now taking these two things, negate it, and you will get the loss, and this is what we are loss is interested in. So loss, I can write loss in momentum, we call it rho u infinity square theta. This is my loss, can be written as this minus this, rho u infinity h minus of this particular guy over here, 0 to h rho u square dy plus minus rho u infinity square delta star. ठीक है, rho cancel out, everything cancel, I can rho cancel, u infinity also I can divide u infinity square, so I can write theta is equal to h minus u square by u infinity square dy minus delta star. नाउ डेल्टा स्टार अगेन, डेल्टा स्टार हमारा क्या आया था? डेल्टा स्टार हमारा आया था 1 माइनस यू बाई यू इन्फिनिटी डी वाई, 0 to infinity. I can substitute it here, so I will substitute it here right now. And this is again 0 to h or infinity, same thing, 0 to infinity 1 minus u by u infinity dy. This h I can again write as dy 0 to infinity. Okay, now this dy sitting over here will be cancelled out with this one, isn't it? And we are left with, and if you do the calculations properly, you will get u by u infinity square minus u, not square, u by u infinity dy minus u square by u infinity square dy, and finally you will get u by u infinity 1 minus u by u infinity dy 0 to infinity. This is your theta, and this is written over here also. Okay, with these three additional variables, it will be helpful to get the boundary layer solutions. We'll see how in the next classes. Any doubts so far?
सर
हाँ
सर हमको जो असाइनमेंट मिला है सर,
हाँ
तो सर क्लास में जितना कराया लगभग कम है, आप क्या 1 पेज का हो रहा है?
क्या हो रहा है 1 पेज?
जो आपने 15 पॉइंट्स के लिए जो सम दिया है ना हमको करने के लिए,
हाँ
सर आपने वो प्लेन 40 फ्लो वही दिया है ना?
हाँ, बट उसमें 2 फ्लूइड मैंने यूज किया है, वो ध्यान में रखना।
2 फ्लूइड यूज किए?
कोशिश करो, देखते हैं, विल सी। आई हैव टू आल्सो ट्राई दैट।
सर एक बार आप क्वेश्चन समझा दीजिए ना, आपके पास
क्वेश्चन मैंने कुंडू कोहन का ही दिया था, लेट मी शो यू। कुंडू कोहन का ही मैंने क्वेश्चन दिया और कुछ नहीं है। ये वाला क्वेश्चन मैंने दिया। So general Couette flow is replaced by, so this is my infinity plate, 2 infinity parallel plates moving, one plate such as upper one is moving with velocity u, this is moving with velocity u, and the plates are at a distance h apart. So this is h apart, this is h, two immiscible, so these two fluids are different, fluid 1 and fluid 2, and you have to solve for u as a function of y, but the care should be taken that these are two immiscible, so this fluid region will be there all the time, and this fluid region will be there all the time, but you have to take care because you will have to show the u as a function of y, so you will have something, this is not straightforward obviously, so you have to try that. Velocity distribution we have to find. Okay, from here to here it will be uniform, some uniformity, and from here to here it will be some other uniformity. You'll have to take care. Try that.
सर इसमें सर जैसे कि हमने प्लेन फ्लो में किया है ना सर, तो जैसे उसमें हम करते थे कि अपर प्लेट जो है वो मूव कर रहा है और नीचे वाले प्लेट को स्टेशनरी करके हम फ्लो
ये वाला स्टेशनरी है प्लेट, यहाँ पे ये प्लेट नहीं है, ये बीच में फ्लूइड है, दैट्स इट। क्वेट फ्लो ही है, बट यहाँ पे 2 फ्लूइड है, दैट्स इट, क्वेट फ्लो है।
2 फ्लूइड का सर कैसे सॉल्यूशन आएगा फिर?
यही तो करना है। ठीक है, ट्राई कीजिए
सर। आइडिया तो स्टार्ट कैसे करें?
देखिए क्वेट फ्लो जैसे बताया था, इसलिए फिजिक्स समझना जरूरी होता है, किसी चीज को रटना नहीं होता है, फिजिक्स समझिए। क्वेट फ्लो को पहले जाके समझिए क्या है सिंपल क्वेट फ्लो, कैसे हम मैंने बताया, ठीक है, नेवियर-स्टोक्स इक्वेशन रखे, ठीक है, कीजिए, बाउंड्री कंडीशन लगाई, इसमें बाउंड्री कंडीशन बस डिफरेंट हो जाएगी हमारी, जस्ट ट्राई दैट, ठीक है, 0 to h पे हमने मूविंग कर दिया था।
हमने पूरा अगर लिया था, अगर जैसे समझिए इसकी हाइट जो है वो h है, तो हमने उधर 0 to h डायरेक्टली इंटीग्रेट
हाँ,
किया था।
यहाँ पे
तो
h by
इसमें
2 करना होगा, या
करना
फिर हाँ h डैश डिस्टेंस तक आना होगा वहीं तक, और वहां पे उसके बाउंड्री कंडीशन को इसके बाउंड्री कंडीशन से मैच कराना होगा। यू हैव टू डू दैट, ट्राई दैट मैन, इट्स अ गुड थिंग। आई मीन ऑब्वियसली तुम सी क्लास में हम लोग स्पून फीडिंग करते हैं, बट हाँ एग्जामिनेशन में हम लोग डायरेक्ट खिचड़ी बनाने नहीं देंगे, हम लोग बिरयानी बनाने देंगे, राइट? So you have to do, try that. Obviously एग्जाम में इतना टफ मे भी नहीं दें, you'll see, बट आप लोग को थोड़ा सा सोचने के लिए हम दिए हैं, और डू इट इंडिपेंडेंटली, ठीक है? आप लोग डिस्कस कीजिए साथ में, हम मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आप लोग सब लोग साथ बैठ के डिस्कस करना हो कीजिए, लेकिन जब बनाने बैठिए तो अलग अलग बनाइए, ठीक है? कॉपी मत कीजिए, हाँ डिस्कशन साथ में कीजिए, आई हैव नो इशू, ठीक है? ओके, ट्राई दैट, ठीक है?
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, हाँ हम अटेंडेंस ले लेते हैं। Fine, we can then leave the class.